Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 25th. We're just going to jump right in here, and we're going to see what is going on for you. You have two cards there. I thought you had only one, but you have this witch card. It says magic and curse on it. You have this key. It says lock, unlock on it. So let's see where this is going. You have the King of Pentacles. I mean, you always get the King of Pentacles with me, or the Eight of Swords. For whatever reason, I see them as both the kind of like the same energy in your reading. I would just be careful of getting stuck in convention with the King of Pentacles. We're kind of like in an unconventional time. So what I mean by that is, like, if you are just trying to do the same things that you've been doing for like 20 years and you know, in any area of your life, and if things aren't working, it's time to try something new. It's time to try something different, right? And so, you know, that's all I'll say there. You know, variety is the spice of life, right? So I kind of feel like you need a little bit of variety here in your day, or, you know, in the way that you work. I really feel it could lead to some major improvements in your work, you know, in work specifically, work or business, whatever it is that you do. And, you know, obviously if you're retired, then I would say, like, what do you do every single day? You know, do you just sit around all day, or, you know, are there things that you work on? So, you know, what I would say here is that whatever you do doesn't matter, but I would just mix it up. I would come up with kind of like other ways of doing things, or do new things in your life, because it'll add variety. It's just that simple. You have the King of Pentacles here. I do feel there could be love coming in for you. Look at this. Before we move on, Hangman to the Hierophant. You know, maybe you've been waiting for love, or there's been some sort of delay in your life in love. And, you know, you have the Ace of Cups, which could be new love. The Hierophant could be marriage. Definitely could be a Taurus. Doesn't have to be. You always get Taurus in my readings, but or Earth in general. But it could be any sign. You have Pisces, Scorpio. You know, it could be Libra as well showing up here. It could be air in general. Page of Swords. Page of Swords kind of represents spying on someone or having your eye on someone. So either someone has their eye on you, or you have your eye on them, or you're both staring at each other from the bushes, and no one is speaking up, right? So someone needs to speak up here, is what I would say with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords also, again, you could be unlocking. You have that lock, unlock card. You could be unlocking something magical, because you have that magic curse card as well, that witch card. I feel like you could be unlocking something magical, though, here, because you have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is kind of like a little bit magical in a lot of ways, even though it's not really magic. It's just the spark of inspiration, the spark of life, right? And so I would look into anything. Page of Swords encourages you to be curious about anything that you're enthusiastic about. And again, the Ace of Wands, you would be enthusiastic about an Ace of Wands, whatever it is. Could be an idea, could be a new plan for your life, whatever. I think that this is slowing you down a little bit. too much work, or too much, you know, I would be careful of like focusing on the, you know, the burdens of the world. You have this feeling the world card, and I'm not saying that there aren't problems in the world going on right now, and I'm not even saying that these problems won't affect us or anything like that. But what I am saying is, it's like you have two choices. You can like sit around and you could just like worry about every little thing that's happening, or you can do what you can with what you got right now in front of you, right? And that's more what I would do. It's like, I think that worrying about the news, inflation, you know, recession, all this stuff that they're doing that they're on purpose, right? You know, just worrying about it is just not going to get you anywhere. So, you know, I would focus on what's right in front of you. What can you do right now? With the King of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups here. Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice. I do feel like you have a lot of options. Look at this. We go over here, Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands to the Justice card. It's almost as if there are a lot of options for you to be very successful. And, you know, I would focus on, you know, new options, new opportunities, new ideas. I feel all those things will kind of lead to more success for you. Here, any new ideas that you have, any new plans, you know, any new directions you'd like to move in your life. I see, like, I personally, I like the Seven of Cups, I will say. You know, to me, it's a good card. You're spoiled for choice. You know, I will say that I think we have to kind of bring it down to earth, right? Like, we have all these dreams. We need to, like, pick something and make it happen. But at the same time, I don't know, I kind of feel it would be a good brainstorming week for you, just to come up with ideas and see what inspires you, right? With the Page of Swords, Told you. Definitely someone spying on you from the bushes, or you're spying on each other from the bushes, right? Or staring at each other. It's like one of those situations. Like if you work with this person, it's like everybody knows that you two are into each other. So if you're into someone at work, everybody else knows except for you two. So, there you go. Somebody needs to like shoot their shot here, make a move. Knight of Cups, Knight in Shining Armor. Coming in here. So, there you go. Definitely someone who will sweep you off your feet. For others, I don't think you know this person yet. I think you're about to meet them probably through socializing. Whenever I have a bunch of Wands cards, it really, the Wands cards can really represent socializing or kind of like meeting someone through social opportunity, right? Let's put it that way. You could meet this person through a community as well. You have the Hierophant, which could be like meeting a person at church, but obviously if you don't go to church, then, this could be like meeting a person through, some sort of community activity, a get-together, something like that, right? So let's see. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. It could be a past loss here, going this way, right here, that is getting in the way of your love life. And, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's like if you lost a person or, someone walked away from you or hurt you or whatever here, that could be the thing that is getting in the way of a relationship. Or, this first row is really your past position. So I do kind of wonder if you have healed or are, kind of more at the end of a healing journey in regards to the loss of a person. Next, in the area of your next big change, I like this. You have this card that says, new chapters require a new version of you. Good luck sometimes comes disguised as bad luck. Yes, I feel like this is a very lucky reading. Nine of Cups, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. We see a lot of luck here. Even sometimes I feel like justice is the creation of luck. We can create more luck by putting ourselves in more situations where we can get lucky. So, the Justice card is cause and effect. It says, are you putting yourself in situations where if you put energy in, you get energy out? Because if you are, then you're creating more luck for yourself. If you're not, then you're screwing yourself. So, I would pay attention to that. But I would also say that, again, I feel you're definitely stepping into a brand new chapter. You have the Nine of Cups, the Hangman, and the Ace of Cups. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment or a wish coming in for you. It's also a card of bathing in the energy of something you want. So I would be very protective of your energy, right? And kind of, how you are feeling about things. I would make sure you're doing things that feel good, that make you feel uplifted, that, bring you closer to success, and like all that other good stuff is what I would focus on here with the Nine of Cups. You have the Hangman. And the Hangman can definitely represent delays. I feel that there have been delays, but I also feel enlightenment here. His head is glowing on the Hangman. And then you go up to the Death card where, like, the sun is coming up between the two pillars on the moon. I'll show you that in just a minute when we get to that row. But it's saying, I almost feel that some of you have experienced a loss or, something kind of put you on pause, right? In some area of your life. Could be love, could be business, whatever. And I feel like the sun is coming back up. It's like you're starting to just feel more happy, more alive, or, feeling like the sun is kind of shining on you. So pretty good. You have the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. A lot of happiness coming in for you. This could be new opportunities coming in for you as well. So, I kind of feel that it's like a time of opportunity. It's crazy to me that multiple signs have had multiple aces over like the past 2 weeks or so. And you have two aces here. I don't get readings very often where there's like multiple aces. So, clearly we're entering into a time of like bigger opportunity or more opportunity. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Five of Pentacles here. Five of Pentacles is a card of, kind of feeling left out in the cold. It is also a card that says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Again, with the Nine of Cups, I would focus on your strengths. I would focus on the things that you're good at because that's what will lead to the most success. With the Hangman, you have the Four of Swords here. Yep, like I said, you're healing from this situation right here. And we kind of already said this. So I feel like you're going through healing. One thing I will say is that the Four of Swords can represent blessings. There's normally a stained glass window. And there's like a person blessing another person in the window on the Four of Swords. So I feel for a lot of you that you're stepping into a time of like bigger blessings or being blessed. And yeah, that's really all I get there. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. Yes, I would pay very close attention to this. Cause and effect is, like I said earlier, for some reason, like intuitively, I felt like you really paying attention to where you're putting your energy is literally going to increase your luck. So, again, I would be very careful. You have this feeling the world card, which we're going to talk about in just like 30 seconds. And what I would say is that card specifically says, you could be feeling a lot of the stuff that's going on. So you need to protect your feelings. You need to protect your energy so that you can bring more good stuff into the world, right? And that's exactly what this card says. You have this Divine Matrix card as well. It's like everything is coming together for you. I feel like you're starting to see like all the connections, all the things that are happening in your life and like how they're connected, why they're connected. You're seeing how your feelings are connected, I feel, like all that stuff. With the Feeling the World card, I really feel that, again, there could be a lot of reasons to be miserable, upset, all that other stuff, but it doesn't help anyone. So, I would be very careful of this, like the things that you're watching, the news. Don't watch the news, as I always say, because it's just like, just like a bunch of stuff that's made up that they do to try to get us into a, heightened arousal state so that they can control us. So, there you go. There's your conspiracy theory for the day, right? But again, it's like, why pay attention to it? It's like, what can you do right now, right? And that's what I would focus on here. The government, they basically have us in a narcissistic relationship with themselves, right? They have us on this yo-yo where it's like they make us feel really high, then they make us feel really low. So control your own feelings, right? And work on what you can work on, what's right in front of you right now. And that's what this row is talking about. You have the Death card, the Ace of Wands, and the Hierophant. The Death card is a transformation. Also, a lot of reasons to be happy, I feel. These two pillars right here are from the Moon card, and you could see that the sun is coming up. You also have this right here, his banner. This is a white rose right here. And on the Death card, it kind of represents that, like the pinprick of light that chases away the darkness. So, for a lot of you, again, I feel this is just saying there's a lot more light then there is darkness, but even just a little bit of light is enough to chase away the darkness. And for whatever reason, I feel like that's what you need to focus on. The light is this right here, and you're reading the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is probably something that excites you, that fulfills you, that makes you feel strong. Could be an idea, a plan, something you're passionate about. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. So Ace of Wands encourages us to focus on like new opportunity or to get excited about new opportunities. Anything that you do feel excited about, I would start practicing justice again on that situation. We go like this down here to justice. And again, justice is just cause and effect. You might come up with a new idea for your business, and I feel like the justice card is saying, try it. Just try it a little bit, see what happens. If it works, keep going. If it doesn't work, try something else. And, that's what I would pay attention to here in this reading. You also have the Hierophant. Hierophant is a card of traditional belief. So, for a lot of us, I feel like, for most people, based off the astrology, I think that traditional beliefs are being challenged. So, anything that's not traditional that you could do could be very successful. I would be trying to break traditional beliefs personally. Again, we have Neptune and Pisces. I talk about this all the time. It's like literally a direct challenge to traditional beliefs. So, any like new ideas that you have, anything exciting that you feel you should move towards, I would do it, especially if it's like new with the Ace of Wands. So let's see what is going on here. With the Death card, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. You do have the King of Pentacles over here. So there could be definitely a divine counterpart coming in for you. It could be an Earth sign for sure. If it's not, I would definitely say it's a person who has a lot of Earth in their chart. King and Queen of Pentacles are, a perfect match. They're meant to be together. So, I love the King and Queen of Pentacles together as divine counterparts because they work on having something forever. So, definitely a person who will put the work in. If you're already in a relationship, then, this could be something that you are already experiencing. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, I kind of feel you feel resistance towards the Ace of Wands. One of my favorite books of all time, The War of Art, by Stephen Pressfield. And no, I'm not talking about the Art of War. I'm talking about the War of Art. I know what I'm talking about. And what I would say is in that book, he says, when we are closest to accomplishing our goal, that's when we feel the most resistance. And so that's what I feel here. It's like sometimes when there are things that we are supposed to do and we could be feeling resistance, but we just have to kind of like push through the resistance. But usually it's not like real resistance, right? Real resistance is where you really actually don't want to do something. But, this I feel like is something that you want to do, right? They want something exciting, something that inspires you, this could be like starting a business, moving, traveling, starting a YouTube channel, whatever you want to do, right? Whatever inspires you. It's like you know you want to do it, but you don't feel good enough, or you feel like people are going to talk about you, or something like that. So that's the type of resistance that we're talking about here with the Five of Wands. So I feel like you need to feel the fear and do it anyway. With the Hierophant here, you have the Tower. I definitely feel like you experienced a Tower moment already here. Probably, with this row right here for whatever reason. It's like I'm literally feeling this as a death. So, it could be a death. It could be a separation, a breakup, a job loss, something like that. And, I kind of feel like you're rebuilding. The thing is that the Hierophant represents traditional belief. The Tower is falling because those people inside the Tower, they've been only believing the same thing over and over and over again. It basically represents the fact that they have been ignoring reality. So, if there's some sort of reality in your life that you should not be ignoring, I would pay attention to it. We can avoid a Tower moment just by paying attention to reality. So, I would if you're like repeating the same mistake over and over and over again, then you're ignoring reality. Again, King of Pentacles here. If you're doing your job the same way over and over and over again for the past 20 years and nothing has changed, then, chances are that there needs to be some sort of change, right? Or you just need to upgrade your skills, do something differently, and that could kind of help the situation. At the end here, we're going to look at the good stuff. You have this fleeting card. It says, you're in a transition phase of your career. If you keep faking it or winging it, you will get nowhere fast. So, again, this is like showing up at the good stuff. So I feel like it's going to be good no matter what. You have this health card. It's time to improve your financial health and habits. I do feel that you are improving your financial health. I also get like, for some of you, if you feel like think that you're, I don't know. I feel like I said this to you recently and I'm getting the same message. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was you. It's like, I almost get this feeling that some of you could be thinking about retirement. And, I'm not saying that you're not going to retire, but what I am saying is that maybe some of you have been thinking about it, but you're actually going to find something else to do. And I feel like you're going to enjoy it, by the way, if that message is for you. So it's like, I don't think this is a bad thing. It's not like you're going to hate, like, oh, you're going to be, slaving away at work. This is something that you are going to enjoy doing. I just think maybe you thought you were going to retire. Maybe an opportunity presents itself here. And I feel like it's a very lucky opportunity. I keep getting luck on the Justice card. Justice doesn't represent luck, but like I said, it's almost like if you put yourself in more situations where you're paying attention to cause and effect, where, if you're putting yourself in situations where you put energy in, you get energy out instead of just wasting your time, you're probably going to get more lucky. And I don't know, I feel, for whatever reason, I feel like you really need to pay attention to this, the Justice card. I do feel like for some of you, you could be attracting Libra as well. We said Libra earlier. Could be any sign. It's general reading, but, definitely could be an air sign. I also feel you feel like you're getting justice from the universe. So there could be some sort of balance coming in for you, or kind of like karmic rewards. You have the Seven of Wands here. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something will be successful, then it will be very successful. So the more you believe in something, sorry, didn't want to do that. The more you believe in something, the better with the Seven of Wands. And with the Five of Swords showing up in the good stuff, I always say in the good stuff, the Five of Swords to me can represent taking a risk. So, if you're taking any risks at this time, whatever they are, I feel they could be very successful for you. So let's see. With the Five of Swords, you have the Lovers. Yes, a risk in love. We already know this. Like two people right here, right? Everybody knows it except for you two. That's for somebody out there, for sure. Especially if you work with a person you're interested in. Like I said, everybody knows. So, except for you two. That's how it's popping up into my head. So there you go. But I would make your move, take the risk, or something like that. Definitely love. This could be love after a breakup as well. So again, maybe you're like worried because you went through a breakup. But I feel like this is true love coming in for you if you want love. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Nine of Swords. Yes, this is good that it's showing up in the good stuff, because the Nine of Swords is having a nightmare, waking up, and then still being a nightmare. The Tower is very similar to that energy. To me, these two cards are very similar. Some people might say like, oh, the Ten of Swords is similar to the Tower. But the thing about the Ten of Swords is the guy is dead on that card. It doesn't get much worse than that, right? So, what I would say here is, to me, these are more similar because they both represent repeating something, right? So, again, the good news is that this is showing up in the good stuff. So it looks to me like you are going to you're going to stop repeating something that's been repeating. With the Justice card, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. And, that's what I would say here. But there is something, again, I do get like this very lucky type of energy in this reading. So, I would pay attention to opportunities to be lucky. You have this vine. It says, seek out information that will help you. Yes, find better ways of doing things. Especially if you're doing things the old way, like I always say to you, I would be upgrading your skills. I would be, updating your skills and all that other stuff, right? I always tell a story. Like I had a buddy, and his dad worked in technology, and in the field he was working in, usually all the old people would get fired, because basically, right? As cruel as it sounds, because what was happening is that they could hire new kids right out of college for like half the money, and then so they just fired all the old people because the older people, it was like kind of like in the company he was working for, it was like most people of the older people, they weren't like updating their skills. They were still stuck in like the 80s or whatever, right? But my buddy's dad, he kept updating his skills forever. He never stopped learning. So he made himself extremely valuable, and they couldn't fire him, right? They had to pay him more money. So it's like one of those things where if we're always seeking out information and becoming sharper and sharper and sharper, then we're making ourselves more and more valuable. We're creating more luck when we do that as well. And that's what I would do here. You have this rose card. It says romance is in the air. I mean, are you kidding? Yes. Like I said, everybody knows it but you. That should be a song. You have this angel card. It says spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Yes, you are protected at this time. Not even worth worrying about what's going on in the world. You have this unicorn card. Use your intuition for beneficial changes. Yes, I see a lot of opportunity for beneficial changes, but these are the things that you find. Six of Pentacles, justice. I've been saying that I believe justice energy is the answer to the rest of our lives, meaning we put energy into something. Do we get energy out? Most people say, Chris, that's obvious. Of course we should be doing that. Yeah, but most people don't do it. Why? I don't know, right? People love banging their head against the wall. That's why. So, what I would say here is trust your intuition on like any new ideas you have. You have this March card. These two came out together. I always clarify these monthly cards anyway. And you have this throne. It says position of authority. I do feel like a lot of you are like working towards a position of authority, or, this could be in work or business, or you could be becoming like a recognized authority, like online or something like that. And if you're working towards that, I think it's going to happen faster than you think. So I really like this. Very lucky reading. I get this sense of luck here. But again, it's like luck you created. It's not like magical luck, right? So, I would keep putting yourself in situations where you can be lucky, but looks really good. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it, and definitely enjoy your month.